What up, y'all? This is Ladies and Kiki. My name is Dana B.
Cassie J.
We're going to bring you the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion for season 13.
And a bonus piece.
Yes, part 3 of the reunion. Now, we're just honestly going to rush part 3 because ain't really nothing happened. The same arguments, nothing was really resolved. And it was a wasted episode. But we're going to get into the
newest topic.
Yes.
Porsha and her new man. Porsha got a new man.
Porsha's got a man at like, we need to talk about these shenanigans. Because Porsha, girl, what you think?
We were rooting for you.
We were rooting for you. You know, that's not the thing.
You don't mess up the church's money, girl.
As fucking people would say. But anywho, let's get on into this reunion part 3. So again, we're just gonna rush past it because nothing really much happened or nothing was resolved, which I'm tired of. I'm tired of these reunions. People want to see reunions for a resolution.
Right. No closure.
For y'all to be bickering. If y'all gonna bicker back and forth, at least there be a conclusion for this. Get all that you have to say out. But no, everyone has to be right and no one can admit that they're wrong and nothing's resolved.
Well, we did get one kind of resolution, and that was between LaToya and Drew. That was the closest.
Didn't have no real beef to begin with.
Right. That was the closest resolution that we got. But
so yeah, part 3 starts off with the Bolo court. I wish I had some court music. Didn't it?
Right. The People's Court music?
Didn't it? Yeah.
If I don't have to hear the name Bolo ever again, I will be quite happy at this point.
Facts.
I'm just
tired. At this point, it's who cares? Even Marlo was saying now she doesn't care, but it's just like, girl, you oppressed.
But then she get into it and be like, but the real reason we're here is because of what, like, but you bring it in and you'll just feed into it.
Truthfully, and you know what? That's not even the real reason that the theme was the dungeon. So, Porsha, regarding the whole Bolo situation, on Porsha's defense, she said she thought that filming had wrapped, you know.
The cameras were down, the crew had left, everybody was in agreement that, okay, we're going to go ahead and continue the bachelorette party and enjoy it fully because while the crew was there, Bolo couldn't expose himself, he couldn't touch the girls, none of that. So
and they wanted the whole Bolo experience.
The whole experience, the full dungeon experience. Because if you guys ever seen any of the clips for the dungeon party, you've seen you could come on the stage, they would flip you up. It was a show, but you couldn't do any of that because they were filming the show, so you couldn't get that full experience. So they was like, well, we got him here in live, in color, in person, right here in our face. Okay, this is for Cynthia. Let's do this. So if everybody agreed on that, I don't understand why we're looking at Porsha like Porsha was the one that came up with this idea. It was all Porsha, and Porsha convinced you all to go along with it. You could have just went upstairs then if you didn't want to do it. Everybody could have went upstairs then if they didn't want to do it. But y'all didn't all go upstairs. Some of y'all stayed downstairs.
At the end of the day, Kenya asked Kandi to throw a dungeon party. And so she threw a dungeon party. Yes, the whole dungeon thing did come about 4 years ago. However, since then, Kandi has profited off of it.
And she has moved on with Porsha. They have made some amends. They are working on building and improving their friendship. So I don't understand why this came back up later. Well, let's talk about why we're really here. Well, we know where the dungeon theme came from. We all know that. But as Porsha said, I have asked for forgiveness for that. She has granted me the forgiveness for this. So why are y'all now bringing this back up 4 years later to use it against me? Because what? I won't admit that I slept with Bolo because that's not phasing me. That's not your silver bullet toward me. So what? Okay, so y'all gonna bring that back up so you can try to pull in where people be like, oh yeah, Porsha she did lie on Kandi back then.
Well, Kenya's whole thing is, for one, even though the camera and the crew and the cameras were down, they were still at work. So if they were still at work, it's fair play. Okay, fine, Kenya, it's fair play. But
We're doing
now,
a reality TV show, so of course I was going to use this against her because that's what we're doing. We're making the show, so yeah, it was fair game.
even though if it was Candy or Cynthia that was messing with
Would have
Bolo,
done
she
it.
wouldn't have said nothing. Because she says, "Oh well, they would have told me." So you mad that Porsha didn't tell you? I don't know why Kenya. Here's the thing: Kenya knows what she's doing. Let's be
Yes,
clear. Kenya knows what she's doing. She loves to spin things, saying, "Oh well, I was mad at Porsha because Porsha didn't invite me to the PSA, or Porsha didn't tell me about Bolo, or Porsha called me a liar." You and Porsha are at odds. She will not confide in you. She will not invite
about
you to
anything.
events. Come on, and you know this. And
So
what you're
that's the
doing,
main issue because she
you're
called her a
using
liar.
exactly. Now she's saying, well, all she has to do is apologize about
That's
calling me
what
a
she wanted,
liar.
and admit that I'm not a liar, which would mean that she would have to admit that what happened happened.
No, you know why? Twitter does not owe you an apology because you're the one that brought it to camera in the first place. I don't have to, I could call you a liar or whatever. You're the one that brought something that was off camera and brought it on camera.
Because the Bono situation was not on camera. Now the table stuff that Drew was talking about and all of that. Now that they showed that part, but as far as what allegedly happened with Bolo and Porsha and whoever the other mystery woman, aka possibly allegedly Tanya, we didn't see that.
Even she says that Tanya told Cynthia the next morning. We didn't see that.
We didn't even hear that conversation.
We saw Drew talking to Cynthia, but we saw what Drew was talking about. Well, they had little clips of it, a little whatever. The stuff that you're accusing Porsha about, we did not see on camera. So the fact that you're trying to bring us on camera and humiliate me, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, Kenya, yes, you're right, girl. I did sleep with him, but can you please not say it out loud? No, the deal is already done.
I don't trust you, and I know that your whole end game is to shame me. Like she said, you're trying to slut shame me, and for what reason? Like, why are you so pressed about it? Because at that point, my thing was this: you're now saying, okay, you're doing it because I called you a liar, but at that point, she hadn't called you a liar. She hadn't said that you were lying.
So what's the point of you bringing it up?
Your new story is, well, it's because it was a work event and we were technically at work and she should have done this while we were at work. Well, why'd you bring your baby then if we was at work? It wasn't bringing the kid to work day. So why was your baby there? If you're so concerned that we're at work and we shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff at work, you should have went to a hotel. Well, you should have stayed in a hotel with Brooklyn. You shouldn't have been at the house then if you need to bring your baby and you're so concerned about this being work.
And that's exactly why she's real pressed about. That's why her and Marlo are like dragging Candy in it, because Porsha said it best. That Bolo stunt, it didn't faze me, it didn't hurt me. So now you try to add more fuel to the fire to try to take me down.
And you see what they kept saying? Well, yeah, Marlo was like, well, you seen when I came down with Kenya, you seen how her face was. You seen she was disturbed. And they showed it and she didn't make no face. She was just like,
I will say, I did see, I will say that it did look as if she was bothered. As soon as she
not those things that they showed at the reunion, it didn't. Now that episode, when she finally sat down at the table and they started doing all that extra talking, yeah, she looked disturbed later, but them scenes, no.
But even with that though, let's look at this. I did something off cameras. My nemesis is trying to bring this to light, keep bringing it up. It's not that she had one conversation about it. Let's be clear on that too. She brought it up multiple times.
Yes.
With different people down at the pool, in the kitchen, in this and that. I mean, we saw this. So this person's trying to humiliate me. Now, for whatever reason, y'all are best buddies, and now you expect me to come to you with all my juice?
Right.
And for Marlo to say that Candy told her, so you knew. So why are you also bringing it up on camera like Kenya is? I can see.
And if that was really your friend.
Exactly. So because Marlo's upset that Porsha lied to her about it, because like Marlo knew because Candy told Marlo, and so she was expecting her friend Porsha to tell her too. But it never happened. And that's why Marlo was upset.
And why didn't you just say that? Why didn't you say that day, like during that time, why didn't you have a conversation with your friend at that time, somewhere closer to that time, and was like, hey girl, listen, Candy told me
what happened last night?
happened.
Did you have, I don't see every time, well, I don't know what she did off cameras, but on camera, she always brought up Bolo. And it's just like, maybe it's probably she didn't feel comfortable with actually disclosing it with you because how you're bringing the situation up. You're basically taking a page out of Kenya's book.
You're talking about this on camera. That's what I'm saying. Like, she was like, it was 2 weeks from the last, from that to the pumpkin patch. So you didn't call your friend in 2 weeks and say, hey girl, so Candy told me what was going on. If that was really your friend, like you said it was, girl, she told me what was going on. I mean, I know it was crazy what Kenya was over there doing, but I'm just trying to say, find out what's going on so I know how to move.
And don't
we could have moved accordingly.
And don't forget the hashtag it wasn't me that she was doing with Kenya on social media too.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you would have called me and told me, I'd be like, girl, listen, I'm a little hesitant about telling you because, you over there moving over there with Kenya, so I don't know what's really going on.
Right. Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like Kenya and Marlo were being hella messy. I'm not saying that Porsha is innocent.
Right. By no means.
There is opportunity from Porsha as well. However, I feel like the whole Bolo situation for Marlo to feel like she's in the middle, she literally put herself in the middle. She got up, walked in the middle, and sat right there. That's
continued to sit there and continued to.
Because as just like Porsha said, Cynthia's cool with Kenya and me. She's not involved. Candy's cool with Kenya and me. She's not involved. Y'all are trying to make her involved.
Right.
But Candy's like, I'm not involved. Of course,
even
now
bringing up the whole, when you talk to Don Juan, why aren't you upset with her when she talked to Don Juan? She's like, I talked to her about that. And I was like, I mean, that's what she felt she needed to do. I don't know what space she was in, but me and her don't talk. Like, stop trying to make Porsha be enemies with people.
Right. Basically, because that's the problem. Because Kenya can't get to Porsha no more. Portia's not reacting. So she was like, okay, fine. I'm going to see who she's close with. And because she saw what she's trying to do with Shamia. And now
Shamia stood up for herself at the end of the reunion.
And now she's trying to do it with Candy.
And they still was playing with her.
Eventually, if that don't work, she'll probably going to go to Cynthia next.
Right. And even when Shamia stood up for herself, you seen how Marlo reacted. Oh, you showed up today, girl. You showed. And it was like,
stop.
So disrespectful. Why y'all?
It's honestly, I feel like they don't have they're at odds, but they're not true enemies though. Because honestly, they could literally sit next to each other and quote unquote not talk or not interact because they hear each other. But you know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like it's wasted energy. It's wasted energy to actually be mad at someone that I'm really not mad. I just don't mess with them like that.
But I can just ignore you.
Exactly. Or I don't know. I just wish that it was resolved, or just say, look, I'm not cool with you. You're not cool with me. I'm not going to talk about you. Don't talk about me.
So Kenya said the reason that she is upset with Porsha was because they did have a friendship. Well, they were developing a friendship when they were both pregnant because they had something in common. Her and Shamia and Kenya all had something in common, being pregnant at the same time. She was like, she shared things with her that she didn't even share with Cynthia or Candy. But the thing that tipped her over, and I mean literally tipped her over, was when she seen that she was making a joke about her relationship with Mark. And she, it was something everybody was talking about. It was like, oh, they seen how she reacted when Mark was around. She was a different person. But like you said, you even said that you were submissive when Mark was around. That was the woman that you wanted to be. You wanted to be a submissive wife. Of course, she made a joke saying, usually they say like the husband's the neck and, the wife's the head, or the husband's the head and the wife's the neck. Not in that relationship. He's the whole body. And she, it was a joke.
Light shade, as Kenya loves
fun shade. And Kenya was like, that really hurt her feelings, that she thought they was developing something. And for her to say that, why would she say that about her instead of calling up her friend and seeing if she was okay? You didn't call me. I mean, I didn't think anything was wrong. I thought you were happy. I mean, and if you weren't okay, why you didn't call me and say, girl, that hurt my feelings?
Exactly. Kenya could have been like, hey, I really didn't appreciate that. And I'm pretty sure Porsha would say, I apologize. I didn't mean nothing by it.
Right. I'm sorry, girl.
But I really feel like Kenya is using that as an excuse.
As a reason. Just like the whole
Kenya
Bolo thing.
Her and Porsha to not be friends. She feels like Kenya's going to be the villain, so she needs to be, go back and
somebody to fight with.
Have a problem with it. She chooses Porsha every time, but Portia's like, no, I'm not giving it to you no more. Sorry. So I feel like they need to grow up.
That was that.
The last thing was Drew and LaToya making amends about this whole profit thing. Honestly, there is the fact that all these prophets backed out when the energy wasn't right because of what happened with Prophet. What's his name? Prophet Low? Prophet
Lot.
Prophet Lot or whatever. That still really has nothing to do with LaToya, though. Even if all these prophets backed up because what's going on here, that he's a grown man who made that decision. LaToya did not do no voodoo magic tricks. He put a gun to his head. He did that willingly. So for you to blame LaToya or even have any type of bad energy towards LaToya from that is just absurd.
What I didn't understand and what aggravated me about Drew was, why did she say, I need to pray. Can we come together and pray before we talk about this? Because this is really sensitive to me. This is my spirituality we're talking about here
on this show.
Can we join together in prayer?
You said blasphemy. She was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." It's like,
and then she said, "Okay, yeah." And then Shameen told something. Yeah, girl, we can do that.
All right, no. You can pray your own. You can pray yourself. Take a minute, say a prayer. Like Drew does the most for me.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you today. I pray that everyone will open their minds, their hearts, and their ears to receive this. Girl, if you don't stop it.
For real.
Before the reunion started.
Let the truth come out, Lord. Like, girl, stop.
Why you didn't do that before the reunion started?
Thank you. You don't do that now that you're talking about the prophet that's also been cheating on his fiance, girlfriend, whatever she is. Stop. Okay? At the end of the day, your baby got blessed. God was blessed by your mama, which you should have done in the first place.
The funniest thing in that scene, though, was when they was talking about that daggone tape, and Candy she said, well, there was other things on there, but I couldn't play that for legal reasons. Candy said, girl, that tape wasn't queued up to where you needed to be, girl. Stop playing.
Yeah, stop. Honestly,
Candy just wasn't there for them. She was like, let's stop playing. Let's
just like if Porsha slept with Bolo, it's like, so what? If the prophet and LaToya slept together, again, so what? He wasn't.
My thing is, how many prophets did you need at your baby blessing? Was they all gonna bless the baby?
Let's talk about it.
Did you need multiple prophets to bless the baby? What's going on with your baby that you need that many prophets to bless your baby?
And truthfully, the baby ain't even the baby no more. It's a toddler. So
it's above me now. It's above me.
It is, honey. So that was it regarding this reunion. Really, nothing was resolved. So
no. Now, Porsha, baby, I need you to come down to the court, okay?
Honey,
come to the front pew. Come down to the pulpit.
Audience that is listening to me, I know that I just defended Porsha and all of her.
You've been defending Porsha.
I'm not defending her no more. She's on my shit list. I am done with Porsha. I'm sorry, because what she just did is trifling as hell.
Let me get my little things up. Okay, you gonna read yours.
So just the background. If y'all didn't know, because this is what happened with me. I woke up this morning, and the first thing I do, I ain't gonna hold you. I go on Instagram and I see what all I missed the night before.
Got started on your way.
Yeah, I saw on the shade room that Porsha's engaged. And it said Simon. I said, wait, Simon? Wait.
We ain't talking about Simon Caldwell neither.
I'm like, wait, Fallon's husband? I was like, please let this be a joke, because sometimes on the internet you can't believe everything you read or see. You gotta take things at face value. So, Fallon, aka Portia's friend on Real House of Atlanta
I
husband.
wasn't even aware they was having marital issues.
I knew that they were getting divorced because Fallon allegedly slept with a football player, somebody, and
Right,
cheated on her husband.
right.
Now, there's so many things that are wrong with this reunion. We're gonna just break that down, okay? So this is what Porsha said. On her Instagram, it's still there because I'm looking at it right now. All right, it says, our relationship began a month ago. Write that down somewhere. A month ago. Okay. Yes, we
About
are
a month
crazy.
ago, month ago.
Yes, we are crazy in love. I know it's fast, but we are living life each day to its fullest. I choose happiness every morning and every night, tuning out all negative energy and only focus on positive wishes. He makes me so happy, and to me, that is what matters most. For all of you that needs facts, I get the optics, but Simon filed for divorce from a previous marriage in January. Check like we don't know who the
I'm about
previous
she
marriage
wouldn't
was.
say her name. She wouldn't say her name.
Okay. So he says he filed for divorce from a previous marriage in January. I had nothing to do with their divorce filing. That's between the two of them. Fallon and I are not friends. And Simon's divorce has been settled. Our relationship is a positive, loving step forward in everyone's lives. Simon and Dennis are committed to being respectful and supportive of my happiness in this situation, as well as being the best co parents they can be to baby PJ. Two Black men stepping up and being amazing people. Let's praise them. It's truly a beautiful moment in my life, and we cannot wait to spend the rest of our lives together. XOXOP. Hashtag love wins.
Now, that must be their common hashtag because he hashtagged that too. Now, Simon said, I'd like to seize this opportunity to thank every well-wisher of Porsha and I, whether via phone, text, or DM. You affirmed my belief that finding love is possible for everyone who genuinely seeks one. Getting married again was never a question in my mind, but when? Did not expect to be blessed with a mate so soon. I bet. The interesting thing about life is that it's an individual journey. Porsha and I, with the support of our loved ones, have chosen to travel together as one and spread love and positivity to our community, which is in desperate need of positive and healthy images of the best version of ourselves. We traveled this road not lightly, considering we have been in relationships that have taught us to want and do better for ourselves. I asked her to marry me because we checked all of each other's boxes and then some. We have done the individual work to sustain a healthy relationship, and I stand next to her proud that we found each other. What we have is what we wish every single one of you out there: happiness. So when I asked, she said, yes, that is all that mattered. Thank you again for your love and support. Truly appreciate it. Hashtag love wins.
I love it how they're trying to say, like, basically, if y'all have a problem with this, y'all some miserable people. That's what they're like trying to communicate in their messages. But it's like, no, sweetheart, y'all look trifling as hell with this. And yes, you're right. The optics of this looks terrible.
So the Shade Room says that Fallon has broken her silence. I want to thank everyone for reaching out to me and offering their love and support. At this time, I am focusing on finalizing my divorce and healing. Sending positivity to all of you. Sincerely, Fallon. So are they divorced or not?
Nah, they ain't divorced.
Because this is the thing. It said that last year, as we can see on the show, that her and Porsha was out here on the show being friends, but Porsha says co-workers. And you said you started dating him a month ago, but it says that they was still together. I mean, in most states, don't you got to be separated for at least a year before you file for divorce? And I mean, divorce usually, especially when there's some money involved, it take a little time to get processed.
Porsha said that their divorce is settled. That's what Porsha said.
Oh, so you mean that basically y'all have come to an agreement on what we gonna get?
So let's break down all the wrongings of this. The obvious. Porsha and Fallon were friends. Now, Porsha says that they weren't friends. I don't give a damn well if you're my associate. Porsha's been into their home.
Yes, we've seen it.
Y'all been around each other. You know what I mean? They had a picture of her, Shamia, and Fallon talking about crazy, sexy, cool. So even if y'all were quote unquote friends, y'all were friendly enough.
And we thought it was weird when we seen it on the show that you were in her house and he was just sitting there like watching y'all while y'all were in the pool and all that. So we was like, he gonna go inside?
At the end of the day, yes, he has the right to move on. Please don't date someone that I know. Please don't. I don't have a problem with it. It's disrespectful. That's the first. I was like, you're trifling. And truthfully, for you to think that your new love affair is going to be something, forever. Now we don't know. I'm not a prophet. I don't know the future. However, if life experiences taught me anything, this ain't gonna work.
The main problem I have with it is not just the fact that it's somebody that is your friend.
That's just the start of it. Trust me, there's a whole laundry list.
The main issue I have with it is the timing of it. I don't think that. I had a conversation with friends about this. Can you date a friend's ex?
Not when I'm still married to them.
I'm about to say that's a conversation that them two would have to have. I think that it's possible for some people. But not if we're still married, still going through the divorce, and not if it was a month ago. I don't care if they did just finalize it. Let's say they did finalize it in March. It is May the 11th.
Exactly.
And you saying y'all been dating for a month and you're engaged. That is too soon. You cannot tell me that y'all was not doing something under this roof while me and you were friends.
Here's the thing. I trustfully, I had my experience recently with a nice little, rendezvous I had with some guy. And I thought that was going to be ever, you know what I mean? Want to be together, whatever. But it was just a little moment. Like, you should not be trying to make, you cannot, right now you're in the honeymoon phase. So yes,
exactly.
everything is peaches and roses and diamonds and gold.
Sunshine farts. Yes.
Exactly. 1 month, Porsha. That's why I'm so disappointed, because Porsha, you have a
track record
with Cordell. I don't know how long y'all were dating, but you were a kept woman. Mm-hmm. And that really didn't look too good for you. I'm happy that you've grown from that. To now to Dennis, y'all moved super fast.
Don't forget about the dude that she was dating, that she was trying to make him sign a boyfriend contract.
Well, yeah, there's some other dudes. There's a whole bunch
of. Dated a football player too.
But it's like why did you learn from Dennis?
Quick.
Exactly. Why did you learn from Dennis? Because y'all moved too fast, and you admitted that. So it's like a month. I could see it's one thing for you to even entertain Simon, but at least date first. Give me some time.
Privately and quietly.
Yes, off of social media. Also, how can you really, there is no way in the world a man is ready to jump from one relationship to the next, one marriage to the next marriage. That's red flags right there. Abort mission.
Because I'm trying to figure out what healing is it that you're referring to that you've done.
How can you heal but you're in a relationship? No, you have to heal within yourself, by yourself. So basically, he's a relationship hopper, which means there's something wrong with him. That's a red flag. This is what his
And
third,
Porsha,
fourth
you
marriage.
and Dennis was still, y'all was just off and on not too long ago. So, I mean, you might have been doing some work on your own, but you were still entertaining Dennis in some shapes, forms, and fashions. You just was saying on the reunion that he was buying you gifts. He just stopped buying you the gifts, the baby, can you take me back gifts not too long ago.
I just
So
feel
Dennis was
like,
still pursuing you
right,
not too long ago.
right.
It was just
Simon,
Halloween that we seen y'all doing the Halloween party. So that was just in October.
even Christmas, they were real close on their little pictures for him to just be your baby daddy. Y'all real close. But nevertheless, even Simon went on social media saying how, he's never really been in love, or he's never, what do you say? He's never given his heart to someone or something like that, right? For Porsha to think, oh, I'm going to fix him, I'm going to change him, that's naive. Obviously, that man has issues with commitment. Or no, he doesn't have a problem with committing, well, per se, but like, it's not going to be that, oh, I'm going to give my all. Obviously, you're dismissible. How
You're
many
replaceable.
wives has he had?
You're replaceable. I think
So
they said this was
why?
the fourth. This will be the fourth.
That's crazy. That is, so basically, Porsha, you didn't learn nothing. I was rooting for you. I thought I saw the growth in you, but it's like you took 3 steps forward,
You took, yeah.
8 steps back. What is this? Don't make a life-changing decision off of,
Temporary feelings.
exactly. I need for me to even like know that we're compatible for like marriage. I'm gonna need to know the
I'm gonna need
good
some time.
and that ugly, because that ugly.
I'm gonna need some time. I'm gonna need to see you angry.
I need to see how you handle your anger management.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see you sad. I'm gonna need to see you low when things ain't good. I'm gonna need to see these phases in your life to see how you manage. Because if you're not able to manage this,
It's like, Porsha, I thought you learned from Dennis, but apparently you learned nothing from that situation with Dennis. Nothing.
she learned he didn't have enough money.
Is that what it is? Because he's happy, you're happy, or he makes you happy because he buys you things? Girl, you could buy your own. You got jobs.
He buys me every color Birkin bag.
Girl, I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, if it don't work out, and I don't think it's going to, but if it don't work out, please do not come to social media boo-hoo-hoo and want somebody to show you some dang on sympathy. Okay?
That's fine. I won't have to come to social media. You know why? Because Bravo told me not to bring it to social media. They told me to save it for the show.
Yeah. Next season, I guess we got a reason to watch next season. Because Lord knows I was about to be done with this show.
We'll be waiting for you to we'll be looking for you on the next season.
I've been waiting for you at the door.
At the door.
And then lastly on this situation, rumor has it Porsha might be pregnant. Because for one, she wore a lot of loose fitting clothes.
That little dress that she was over there dancing in, it was awfully loose. And we know Porsha is known for wearing the fitted outfit, because just at this reunion, she was quite fitted. The dress was fabulous. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
She always was fabulous in her bodycon dress.
Now here's the thing, we know that unfortunately, Porsha, you are a liar. It's unfortunate. I try to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you are a liar. Okay?
You lie, baby.
So we
like
shall see, because if she is pregnant, because people say that it shows that she's preggo, so she got to be at least 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, you got to be through your first trimester to be showing like that.
3 to 4 months, that's around February.
The math is not adding up.
Don't think you try to pull a dang on Phaedra like we don't know. Remember Phaedra? She was like, I think my due date is like, girl, every pregnant woman knows they dang on due date. Stop it. But we shall see.
That girl,
I'm so disappointed in Porsha on this. I'm so disappointed in her, because honestly, the whole thing doesn't add up. That guy Simon, he needs some therapy. There's no way in the world you get over a wife and you go straight to the next wife. It's not girlfriend to girlfriend. You go wife to wife. But I guess Porsha don't care. He got the bag. I don't know. He honestly, quiet as a cat, looked just like damn Dennis, like Dennis's daddy.
Oh, the uncle.
Dennis looked like a handsome man. Ain't that something?
Yeah, Dennis looked kind of handsome standing beside him. He's a cute little chocolate man.
What a beautiful chocolate man. But y'all, I was disgusted with Porsha. I really was. So
Disgusted, busted, and confused.
we're rooting for you. We were rooting for you.
We were rooting.
That's all we got, y'all. So yeah, Atlanta's done. What we gonna do next? We don't know just yet.
We don't know what's coming up next, y'all, but it'll be something.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't do Married to Medicine. I know we said we're gonna pick it up after Atlanta. That show could be gone now. I'm sorry, that show could be over with. So
Any suggestions, anybody, throw them in the box.
please, yes, please. You need some show suggestions, and we'll go from there. So that's all we got. Until next time. Bye, guys.